Is it too late to become a millionaire if you have nothing saved at age 45? The math says no, but your habits might say yes. If you're starting from zero in your 40s or 50s, you don't have the luxury of time, but you do have the luxury of focus. Here's the exact 6-step catch-up plan. Welcome to 50 cents of advice. Dropping dimes of wisdom, 150 cent at a time. I'm Eli Pennywise. And look, I'm not here to sugarcoat this. Starting from zero at 45 feels like showing up to a marathon when everyone else is already at mile 20. But here's the thing, they're tired, you're fresh, and you know exactly where the finish line is. If you're ready to stop making excuses and start making moves, hit that subscribe button right now. This channel is for people who want straight talk, not participation trophies. Step 1. The reality check. Let's get real for a second. According to a 2024 report from the Federal Reserve, the median retirement savings for people in their 50s is just $50,000. That's not a nest egg, that's a nest pebble. And if you're starting from zero, you're not alone. A 2023 survey from the Employee Benefit Research Institute found that nearly 40% of Gen Xers have less than $10,000 saved for retirement. But here's where I'm going to stop you from spiraling. Stop looking in the rearview mirror. You're not going that way. What happened in your 20s and 30s is done. Maybe you got divorced. Maybe you had medical bills. Maybe you didn't know better. Doesn't matter. The only numbers that matter are today's and tomorrow's. You've got roughly 20 years until traditional retirement age. That's 240 months, 1,040 weeks. That's nothing. Our generation remembers Y2K 20 years ago. Remember freaking out that computers would crash? Well, they didn't, and neither will you, if you follow this plan. Step 2. The super saver rate. Here's the brutal truth. Saving 10% isn't going to cut it anymore. That advice was for people who started at 25. You need to become a super saver. And that means 25 to 30% of your gross income, minimum. I know what you're thinking. Eli, I can barely make rent. How am I supposed to save 30%? Fair question. According to Vanguard's 2024 How America Saves report, the average 401k contribution rate is only 7.4%. You're not trying to be average. Average gets you a retirement diet of ramen and regret. Let me show you the math. Using a 7% annual growth rate, which is conservative based on historical S&P 500 returns, here's what happens. Start with zero at 45, save $1,000 per month, $12,000 a year. At 65, you have roughly $520,000. Is that a million? No, but it's also not eating cat food, and we're not done yet. This is just step 2. The question isn't, can I afford to save 30%? The question is, can I afford not to? Because I guarantee you can't afford to be broke at 70. Step 3. Housing downsize. This is where most people lose their minds, but it's also where the biggest wins live. Your house is probably your biggest expense, and if you're serious about catching up, you need to weaponize it. According to the Census Bureau, the average American over 45 is spending 30 to 35% of their income on housing. That's a retirement fund sitting there, paying for rooms you don't use. I'm not saying move into a van down by the river, although if that's your thing, Matt Foley, you do you. But do you really need that 4-bedroom house now that the kids are gone? Remember when we all thought we'd be living like the Huxtables? Most of us ended up more married with children, and that's okay. Here's a real scenario. You're paying $2,500 a month on a mortgage. You downsize, and now you're paying $1,500. That's $1,000 in monthly savings. Over 20 years at 7% growth, that extra grand becomes $520,000. Combined with your 25% savings rate, now we're talking real money. Would you rather have 2,000 square feet of stress or 1,200 square feet of freedom? Drop a comment right now. What's your biggest expense that you know you could cut but haven't? Let's hold each other accountable. Step 4. Catch-up contributions. Okay, here's where Uncle Sam actually helps you out for once. Once you hit 50, the IRS lets you make catch-up contributions to your retirement accounts. For 2026, the regular 401k limit is $24,500. But if you're 50 or older, you get an extra $8,000. That's $32,500 total. For IRAs, the regular limit is $7,500, plus an extra $1,100 catch-up for $8,600 total. According to Fidelity's Q4 2024 retirement analysis, Only 15% of eligible workers max out their catch-up contributions. That means 85% of people are leaving free money on the table. Don't be one of them. Here's the play. If your employer offers a 401k match, you contribute enough to get the full match first. That's literally free money. A 100% return. Then max out a Roth IRA if you qualify. Then go back and max the 401k with catch-up contributions. Remember when we used to record songs off the radio onto cassette tapes because we couldn't afford to buy the album? This is the opposite. You're paying yourself first, and it's the best investment you'll ever make. Step 5. Skill stacking. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Increasing your income isn't optional anymore. It's mandatory. A 2024 Pew Research Center study found that wage growth has slowed significantly for workers over 45 compared with younger workers. Translation: you can't just coast and hope for raises. Skill stacking is taking what you already know and adding 1 or 2 complementary skills that multiply your value. You're not starting from zero here. You've got 20 years of experience. You just need to package it differently. Examples: are you in sales? Learn basic data analytics. Salespeople who can analyze their own pipeline data earn 30 to 40% more. Are you in operations? Get a project management certification. According to PMI, certified project managers earn 25% more than non-certified peers. Are you in finance? Learn Python or Tableau. Finance professionals with data visualization skills are in massive demand. Look, we're the generation that learned DOS commands, figured out how to program VCRs, and survived dial-up internet. We can learn new skills. The question is, will you? Side hustles matter too. According to a 2024 Bankrate survey, 39% of Americans have a side hustle, earning a median of $810 per month. That's an extra $9,720 a year, which over 20 years at 7% becomes $420,000. You don't need to become an influencer or crypto bro. Consulting in your field, freelance work, teaching what you know. These are all viable paths. Step 6. Delaying Social Security. Final piece of the puzzle. Your Social Security claiming strategy could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and most people screw this up. According to the Social Security Administration's 2025 Trustee Report, the average monthly benefit at full retirement age, 67 for most Gen Xers, is about $1,907. But here's the kicker. Claim at 62, earliest possible, you get 30% less, about $1,335 a month. Claim at 70, latest beneficial, you get 24% more, about $2,365 a month. Would you rather have a small check now or a huge check later? Let's do the math. If you live to 85, which is likely, we're the generation that wore seatbelts and bike helmets. Claim at 62. Total received, EOS $368,820. Claim at 70. Total received, EOS $423,900. That's a $55,080 difference. And that's before accounting for cost of living adjustments. Using data from the Center for Retirement Research at Boston College, delaying from 62 to 70 could increase your lifetime benefits by 15 to 20% in real dollars. The play: work longer, save aggressively through your early 60s, and let that Social Security benefit grow. Those extra 8 years of compound growth on your retirement savings, plus the bigger Social Security check, that's how you turn starting from zero into retiring with dignity. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. This plan is hard. It requires sacrifice. You're going to miss some dinners out. You're going to drive that car longer than you want. You're going to work when your friends are retiring. But you know what's harder? Being 75 and broke, being dependent on your kids, rationing your medication because you can't afford it. We're Gen X. We survived the Cold War, grunge, and the introduction of New Coke. We can survive this too. The difference between you and someone who started at 25 isn't luck, it's intensity. They had time, you have focus. Starting from zero at 45 isn't ideal, but it's also not fatal. This 6-step plan, super saver rate, housing downsize, catch-up contributions, skill stacking, income increase, and delayed Social Security, is your roadmap. If this video helped you, please like it and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? This channel is built for people like us. No BS, just actionable advice. I'm Eli Pennywise, and that's your 50 cents of advice. Keep the change.